morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. We're coming to you live from Gas Station Studios. This is Top Bet Plays. I'm your host, Lucky Motherfucking Larry.
I'm your co-host, Sportsbook B, the best that ever did it and got away with it.
And I'm still got the name of Ace. If you've been following my plays, from the last show, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we won every day. So Ace is in the house.
Hey, it's a team effort
hey,
over
Mom,
here, man.
Mom, don't call.
When we lose, when you give out a bullshit play like the in-game Atlanta Falcons.
I still won for the day.
I mean, we won for the day.
Yeah. I gave a hockey bet in play, too.
I didn't. You got to tell me, though, so we can put them out there, bro.
That don't count.
Come on, bro. No, it counts because I bet the Atlanta one today, but he don't text me those other ones.
He doing that goofy shit. You know
No. If it's not for the players, free plays are a different tier than paying players.
You remind me of, hey, Mom, don't call me Lucky no more. I ain't found $20 in a while. My name is Ace now.
I gave out a plus game, a plus hockey game.
Well, I don't want to hear it because I didn't get it.
Well, it didn't get to the Patreon.
I didn't put it on Atlanta either. I just put it on Twitter.
Our players didn't get it. I mean, you get out to the Twitter.
Well, if it didn't hit the Patreon, it didn't hit Top Bet Plays.
We want it to count for our players.
When I put the little red, that counts.
We need to put it for our players.
Listen, I still win.
For our players.
Ace is still winning.
All right, let's get right into this NFL. We had some games yesterday. Let me just start off by saying in the Hilton, I keep saying the Hilton, the Westgate contest, I ended up winning. I ended up going 55.5. I won 2 games this week, so I was down 2 and I went 2 and 3 this week. So I hope I placed in the money. I'll find out later today when they put out the Western. So even if I get 4,000 or 5,000 at this point, I was hoping to get 10 or 20, but it ain't gonna happen. But if I get 4,000 or 5,000, that'll be enough to pay some bills.
Did you have the Raiders and the Detroit in your play?
I had Raiders in Detroit.
Oh,
you know, I had those two, and then
a win is a win.
Yeah.
Listen, man, the first game they almost pulled that out. They were right there on the 4-yard line.
Who?
The Baltimore. They were right there on the 4-yard line.
Yeah, he blew it.
I don't understand that.
Goal. He got sacked. He took the sack.
Yeah, he took the sack.
And that's what did it. But listen, let's get into this. Let's get into the real deal. Let's get into what we got coming up, because everyone's been waiting for this part. We got some current lines. You want to run off the current lines that you have for?
Yep. I got Browns Texans. We got Cleveland 2.5 on the road, and we got Dolphins Chiefs. We got the Chiefs at home at -3.5, but we heard it's going to be 19 degrees and snowing.
Right.
On Sunday, we got the Bills -10 against the Steelers. Afternoon game, we have the Cowboys already at 7.5 at home against Pittsburgh. And for that night game, we're going to have the Lions and the Rams. The Rams opened at -3 at Detroit. And then the Monday night game, we'll finish up with Tampa Bay at home, 2.5-point underdogs to Philadelphia Eagles. And we don't know the status of Jalen Hurts with his busted finger.
Right.
So here's a big question for you, B. Let's start off with you. Which is the most intriguing game for you? The one that you feel like is the game?
Are you saying that the game that I got the easiest pick in, or the game that I think is going to be the best game?
No, easiest pick.
The easiest pick for me in these playoff games right now as we speak, well, there's 2 of them, and I got them about even. So I'm going to say it would be the Browns-Texans game.
Yep, I agree.
And Steelers-Bills game.
And you agree with that?
No, I agree with the Browns. I like the Browns, and I like...
well, I didn't say I like the Browns. I said the Browns-Texans
game. I like that game, and I like the Miami game.
Like the Miami game? You know, I knew you motherfuckers were going... I knew you guys were going to disrespect the Pittsburgh Steelers today. I knew it today. I knew we were going to get into this conversation today.
Bullshit.
And listen, y'all know I don't have a favorite team.
Last time Pittsburgh was good was with Terry Bradshaw.
Right.
Listen,
and Franco Harris.
The steel curtain.
Yes.
I just want to say, shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers fans out there. I'm not a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but they got money this year. And they came back, and the Pittsburgh Steelers did it nice and quietly. They didn't go crazy, and they didn't do it, like these other teams and these, blowing out these teams and going. And just so you know, the Pittsburgh Steelers were 10-7, and actually 11 and 11-7 on the year.
10-7.
No. 11-7 because they covered against Baltimore.
At the spread.
Against the spread. Yeah. So they covered 11 times out of 7. So they quietly got you money all year long. And this is what I'm talking about. It's about getting the money. This ain't about the fanfare being a fan for me. I'm going to rock with the teams that get the fucking money, baby.
I think you like the Steelers, though.
I don't like.
Let me ask you this.
Shout out to City Sue. Shout out to our Uncle City Sue.
Shout out City Sue.
Because City Sue love the Steelers.
So this is on topic, but off topic, but on topic. So when we went to the Raider versus Steelers game in Pittsburgh, did you have a bet on the Steelers?
No, I bet the Raiders.
Okay. Well, you won.
We won plus 14.
We won.
And we won outright. Money line. But I was right. I wasn't a Raider fan either.
Right.
But we bet. But listen, we bet Raiders that game. 100%.
Yeah.
I remember that game plus 14.
Plus 14.
To be exact, they benched Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah.
And then what was the other quarterback came in for y'all?
I forgot who that.
Garcia or something like that. One of them dudes.
Jeff Garcia.
Somebody came in and just blitzed the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Got in their ass.
But I'm just saying.
Pause.
You've been saying all year that the Buffalo Bills haven't been the same. Right. They barely went into San Diego, won the last week by a point or two.
Right.
They played a tough game against Miami. But we all know, that was a good game. But at the end of the day, this is when it counts now. And shout out to Mike Tomlin because, man, he finds a way to get the butter, baby. And I'm not saying they're going to beat Buffalo in Buffalo, but we're talking about a Pittsburgh Steelers team that's adapting.
What was there? What were they with the money against the spread? What were they? What was the the Pittsburgh? If you bet them,
Pittsburgh is plus 10.
Okay.
Pittsburgh is plus 10 right now.
No, I'm gonna say if you bet them throughout the season,
they're 11-7.
Okay, because the best team is the Ravens, 11-5 against the spread.
Okay.
They were the best betting team this year.
Okay.
So that's pretty close. Pittsburgh pretty close, right behind them.
I mean, if that's what you say, then that's what it is. Yeah. But all I'm saying is this is a Pittsburgh Steelers type of game right now. And Mike Tomlin's going to have his team prepared and ready to go and be on point. It's in the cold. It'll be okay. I don't think Buffalo's the same team. Now,
10's a lot.
It's a lot of points in the playoffs,
Basically
man.
2 touchdowns.
It's a lot of points, man. And you guys know how I feel about 2, 5, 8s, and 10s. I feel like Pittsburgh could go in there and surprise everybody because you don't think they have anything. I'll give you another setup game that we bet earlier this year. Buffalo was playing San Diego in San Diego. What did we say? They don't have a coach in San Diego. They don't have a player. They don't have a quarterback. They don't have nothing on that team. And what does San Diego do? Well, LA Chargers. What do? They damn near won the game because Buffalo doesn't have the right preparation, in my opinion. I think they're just skating through. I think people are fully aware of them, and we know that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be fully prepared for them.
Yeah, they are 7-2 at home. I mean, they have the Diggs. They got the personnel to do it. My only gripe with the Steelers is their personnel. Their quarterback play ain't nowhere near. It's going to be playoff, blitz, hot route. You know what I'm saying? Hot block, which way? And it's going to be a lot on the quarterback, and that running all the time, that ain't going to work. So they're going to have to air it out at some point, and hopefully that quarterback can handle it.
Right. Well, listen, it's
it just went down on my sports read to 9.5, minus 9.5 Bills. It just went down half a point live on air.
There it is. But still, listen, I'm just telling you, I don't know. I think that's going to be a good game. And I rock with teams that win the money, man. I don't care about who win the Super Bowl. I don't care. I could care less. I'm caring about where we put the money at, and let's go. But listen, let's go back to the other game, the first game that we talked about. Because here's the thing. It's a very interesting game with this Cleveland Brown because the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns is a guy who they considered washed up, I guess. They made him retire, or I don't know what they did. But he came back, and he's probably been one of the best quarterbacks in the league since the comeback. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like Cleveland has balled out. Now the other day they played Cincinnati, and I don't know what that was about, but at the end of the day, all I know is since Flacco's been back.
Well, they rested everyone, but
Since Flacco's been back, balling. Under control.
Their defense is playing.
Veteran quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Veteran quarterback. I mean, veteran leader. Former NFL Super Bowl champion leader. He's been there before.
Yes.
When this young kid comes, you guys hear me out.
Lord.
This is my opinion. When this kid comes out for the Houston Texans, don't get me wrong. I know he played at Ohio State.
Yeah. Yep.
It's going to be a great.
Ohio State.
He's been underneath those lights.
Yeah.
But he ain't been underneath those NFL lights.
No.
That's the amateurs, and we in the pros.
And the one edge that he does have is they get to play at home. But this where it gets tricky. So if you're the Browns, you know you got one of the top defenses in the NFL, so you just sit on them, you make them make mistakes, and you punish them for making a mistake. Then you get Flacco in there to throw a first down here and there, running back, come out the backfield, and play defense again, sit on them, and make them make a mistake. And that's what they're going to do. I mean, C.J. Stroud's had a good season. He's still a rookie quarterback now, y'all. We ain't just going to give him everything, the Holy Grail. He's still a rookie quarterback. He's never played in a playoff game. Playoff game is a little different than a regular season game. And this is going to be his hardest test he's ever faced so far against a great Cleveland Brown defense. And that defense ain't going nowhere. They're going to be defensing all night long. They'll double the best man.
Night long.
They're going to be out there on them
All
boards.
night.
Mark my word.
Yeah, tough game. I think that'll be a good game. That'll be a good game to start off with for the what's his name. Now, my other game is that I think people are. I think there's two games that I think that people are going to sleep on, and I think that's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah,
I think everybody's thinking that they've been playing like shit. And you know what? They might come in and play like shit. You know, sometimes when you lose that mojo, last year they had that mojo. They had that swag, B. They had that swag, and they came in swagalicious. They don't have that this year. They just don't have it this year. But I'm going to tell you who does have that swag to me, quietly, and everybody doubts them, and they're talked about the most, and that's the Cowboys. I feel like the Cowboys today went out on the road. Listen, before y'all shoot me, I know that the Washington Commanders, whatever they're called, I know that ain't the team. But my point is, what I realized, and I talked to some NBA players about this, when those guys play bad teams and they go in there and kick their ass like they're supposed to, that's the sign of a real championship team to me. And they went into Washington today, and they just flat out kicked their ass like they're supposed to. No doubt about it. There was no doubt about it, right? I mean, they went in there and whooped their ass.
We said they were.
Put hands on them.
And this is what I like about those teams. Now, a lot of hype. Green Bay has fought their way back into the playoffs. Let's talk this out. If it was 7, I'd be like, you know what? All right, Green Bay could cover that. I could see a backdoor 7. But what that 7.5 tells you is that that's going to be a 10-point spread. You know what I'm saying? And listen, the Cowboys know Green Bay. They owe Green Bay some payback for a couple years back in the playoffs. You know, when Green Bay went in there and beat them in a couple, it's been a while. But at the end of the day, Green Bay ain't, they're prepared for Green Bay.
And the public bets Dallas.
And Dallas's defense is really ain't that great. I mean the Washington Commanders had got Sam Howell playing quarterback. Come on now, but when you go and face these other teams, Jordan Love and shit, he gonna air that motherfucker out, and it's gonna be a different look. And we all know that the Cowboys give up points. That's why they put up so many points a game. You don't put up 43 points and 38 points if you don't have to. You got to keep scoring to get the win because you're giving up points.
Cowboys step the D up when they need to, Paul.
No, they give a lot of points up. They give a lot of points up.
I don't know, man.
And I'm
Did
very
they give
sure
a lot
about
up to the Miami Dolphins?
I don't know what.
No, that was a low-scoring game.
They did. Well, that was
just a close game.
I mean, they don't give up 30 points every game, but they've been known to give it up.
Nah, I think the Cowboys are going to be. They're good at home. They're really good at home. That's why they're
8-0 at home.
That's why that's why that home field was so important. Now,
they're not 8-0 at the spread at home. But wait, hold that thought. We got to go to commercial break, pay some bills. We'll be right back with Top Bet Plays.
Yes.
It's lonely. It's real lonely. And it could get real lonely at the top. That's why I bring my friends along. You know, there's an old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Top Bet Plays.
Welcome back to Top Bet Plays. We're going to jump right into this, man. We don't got time to waste on this shit because this is the playoffs.
No time to waste, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
This is D-Day. Go hard or go home.
So my other game, so we want to talk about, because I know you guys all have your teams that you have out there. So the other game that I want to talk about, because here's what I'm concerned about this game. The Detroit Lions and the Los Angeles Rams. Mm-hmm. I feel like one of these teams, so here's my thought. Cleveland and Houston, they battled to get in the playoffs. Miami, Kansas City, they always did their thing. They were cool, right? Pittsburgh battled their way in. Buffalo battled their way in to get to the playoffs. Because if a team loses in Buffalo, they're out of the playoffs. They don't even make the fucking playoffs. Right? So that's how much they battled their way into the playoffs, right? I feel like Green Bay battled their way into the playoffs. I feel like the Cowboys are already in the playoffs, right? The Rams battled their way back. And Detroit was already in the playoffs.
They were playing for a better seed.
Now here's what I'm worried about with the Detroit Lions. I'm worried about, are they going to be fucked up like their next door neighbor Atlanta and win all these games and look great in fashion doing it, and then you look up and the Rams come in there with some real Super Bowl experience. Here we go again with that word, Super Bowl experience, and they come in and smack the fuck out of Detroit, because that number, I thought that number should have been 3.5, 4.
Well, it depends. Detroit might have lost their tight end for the season, so we don't know.
Listen. Come on, man. One monkey don't stop no show.
It's
they got a tight end in there right now that's gonna come in. He's like, man, shit, I can play.
He doesn't play as good as the other guy.
This is also a unique game because this is also the trade, the game. Stafford,
Very much
Goff. This is the trade. The
Very
two teams
much so.
came from the two teams, and now they're playing in the playoffs. So this is a tough game. Both teams know the quarterback. You know,
correct.
The play, offense, play calling, whatever it is. But the 3, it just lets me know all the time. It's just the hardest number to cover. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. The 3 is the hardest number. Normally, when you see a 3, there's no blowout win. There's no win by 10. It's down to the last wire.
That
and
shit
what's
is
going
22-21. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's how that shit goes. Somebody goes for 2 points instead of kicking an extra point.
Or they miss a field goal.
Yeah.
Extra point.
Yeah.
Like the Detroit game, they missed the extra point. I said, that might come back to haunt them. But
I had, in the other game that I had that I could have covered was Seattle. And instead of trying to take it to overtime, they fucking went for the 2-point conversion and got it, and then stopped those motherfuckers. He missed the field goal. So that fucked me on in my other play as far as the Westgate. But what I'm saying is, I feel like, and then listen, you got Tampa Bay at home. Tampa Bay covered all year long. They just covered, man. They went and got the money.
Well, remember, Baker Mayfield was playing for that $1 million incentive today. So that was a good bet today.
He's got another $1 million incentive if he wins another playoff game.
That's something to think about.
So if you think he ain't going to be out there trying to hit motherfuckers in the chest, pause. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Did they even score a touchdown today? No. 3 field goals, right?
Doesn't matter. They won. They eked it out. Credit the defense. But listen, with all due respect again, that kind of says what it is. And to me, this is probably the shittiest game on the board, if we had to say it, because the Eagles have been playing like shit. Y'all saw what Gilly looked like. Gilly been looking depressed. Really, Gilly like he on heroin over there in Philly right now. He looks super fucking depressed right now.
And their quarterback just had a finger was pointing at the crowd. Hey, man, if that middle finger is fucked up, it's a wrap on that throwing hand.
Why would they play him today?
No one should have played, but they want to keep momentum up and this and that. Listen,
It
if
was
I'm
no
if I'm
incentives, no
clinched,
nothing.
if I'm clinched and I'm in, my starting quarterback and running back and receiver ain't playing.
Correct.
Well,
There's
listen.
no sense at all.
At the end of the day, there was a reason he could have had incentives.
He had no incentives. He had none pending.
Okay.
That's the first thing I checked.
I mean, okay.
Well, he's getting paid enough for no fucking incentives. He don't need no goddamn
Yeah, but I'm
incentives.
just saying.
He had a $200 million contract. He don't need no motherfucking
But I'm just saying, this is the
incentive,
shit game for me,
you know?
Tampa Bay, because they couldn't score against. I mean, listen, Carolina. I told you, Carolina
And
has
it's
a good
still
defense.
Baker Mayfield. Let's not forget who's fucking playing quarterback here.
Yeah,
Let's not
but
forget
listen,
now.
listen. I feel like this makes the road to the championship. These kind of games make the road to the championship a lot easier when you come in and you play Baker Mayfield and these guys, and then Tampa Bay ends up winning. Now they got to play the Cowboys next week instead of Philadelphia and Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Then you look up Dallas. Dallas plays fucking Tampa Bay and beats the brakes off of Tampa Bay. Now they're in the NFC Championship. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's how that kind of works. So you look at those games, and that's what I don't know what the seeding is. I got to look and see what the seeding chart is. But, I mean, this is going to be the game for me. I mean, at the end of the day, this is truly going to be the game that I think is the shit game. I think the Rams, because I like Detroit. I like watching Detroit.
I like Detroit offense right now.
I mean, quiet as it's
I like their offense. I don't like their defense.
Man, I just feel like I'm kind of rooting. I like the coach. He come to work prepared. I like those coaches who come to work.
And how many times did Detroit coach go on fourth down today, right? Every 4th and 1, he went for it. Every one.
Yeah.
And he made it every time.
Yeah.
3 for 3 today.
Hey,
and
no guts, no glory.
And I was watching.
Midfield
Listen,
he went.
I was watching that, and they were saying that, he's getting his team prepared.
Yeah.
I guess from the meetings, they were talking about he wants to get his team prepared for those situations in the playoff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's hard to bet against him because.
And that's the kind of coach you play for because he's like, coach going to let us go for it on 4th?
Fuck
4th for 2? Coach going to let us go for it? Get this shit.
These guys, they're on the 38-yard line. They punt the ball, right? 4th and 1. The guy runs it back, and then they're at 5 yards. What the fuck did you punt it for?
Because they're all scared to all run the ball, punt it on 4th and 1 or 2.
I know what everybody's. We got a big game today, don't we?
Well,
Yeah.
So let's jump right into that.
That's a big game. That's
Big
everybody
game.
watching that shit.
So today we have the college national championship. Today will be played Washington versus Michigan. Michigan minus 4.5, and the over is 56.5. Today is the National College Football Hall National Championship game. College football.
We
national
will have the
championship
winner.
Game. We will have the play.
We're going to put our heads together, and we're going to come up with a consensus for that game. All of us.
The play's there, but don't tell nobody.
I got to call Cam because Cam and my man Tito, shout out to Cam and Tito over It Is What It Is.
Shout out to Is What It Is.
They get so I told them that Michigan was going to win the national championship, and they went straight to the they went straight the other way. That's how I said, oh yeah. And listen, Cam actually bet me $1,000 on this game.
What?
Cam doesn't bet at all.
He took Washington?
He took Washington.
What, straight up?
Straight up. But look, then I told him.
Cam, come on, man.
But look.
Hey, man, tap in with the sportsbook be before all that shit.
But look.
That ain't it.
But look, I was gracious enough to say, look, man, I'll give you 4.5.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want to cheat him.
Because that was a lollipop right there.
Yeah. I didn't want to.
bet.
I didn't want to cheat him. I wanted to be fair. I always want to be honorable at all times. So I don't care. I could have been a real snake and been like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, if that's the case, I might as well go bet Washington on the money line for $1,000.
Yeah,
and then I still make $600.
Yeah. Hedge
you know what I'm
bet.
saying? Give them their $1,000.
Yep.
And I still make
hedge
some
bet.
money.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you about Michigan. If whoever beat Alabama, you didn't won the championship. That's all I'm telling you. If you could come with a complete game, because Alabama is complete in every asset of the game. Offense, defense, special teams, everything. They check all the boxes. So if you could beat them, man, ain't nobody fucking with you, man. I don't know with the points and all that, but I'm letting you know right now, ain't nobody fucking with you if you beating Alabama ass.
What are your thoughts on this game, Mr. Khalees?
I think I know who's going to win. That's it. The ace is going to have a play on this game.
The boy Ace, huh?
Ace,
You
man,
think
Ace.
you know who's going to win?
Well, not as much as college. I mean, as the professionals. Because once again, why I don't like betting college, that's up to you guys. I give you, because they're kids. They fuck up too much. They really do.
You don't think the adults fuck up?
They
too
fuck
much?
up, but you really can't get mad at an 18-year-old shooting a fucking 35-foot fucking three-point shot in college because he's a kid. You know, he wants to be the big shot.
See, I can reverse that conversation and say that the kid that's shooting that 35-foot shot is hungry and he wants to get the money.
Shoots an air ball.
And he wants to get the money, right?
He's not groomed yet.
You tell me NBA players don't shoot air balls?
They do.
That's what I'm saying. So when you guys say that, I look at it and go, wait, hold on a second. I'd rather kind of bet the college guys, but I understand what you're saying because I understand what you're saying.
A lot of dogs win in college.
I understand.
A lot of dogs win in college.
I understand. I get it. Listen, all I can tell you is I like Michigan in this game. Listen, they know there ain't going to be no surprise who I like in this game. I'm with B on this game. I think we might all be inconsistent on this game,
think
but I
so,
don't.
yeah.
But I'm just saying. I mean, it's the championship game. I mean, it's the Big Ten, right? It's
Yep.
the Big Ten, and it's the
But a lot of money,
Pac-12.
a lot of
Pac-12.
money came in on Washington. There's not that much money on Michigan right now.
I mean, look.
The books have said
Look.
we need Michigan bad.
Let me
Look.
look on my thing.
They said they need it. I already said it.
But this is a national championship game, so it's going to be money on both sides.
I got
It's
one
only
of the
two
directors
teams.
at Westgate did a video. He said we need Michigan bad.
It says Michigan 5.5 now on my ticker. Like it didn't went up a point since we've been here talking on live on the show. So it went up a point. Michigan's opened up at 3.5. Now it's gone up. But this
I
thing
still
about
got 4.5.
this thing about Washington, man, that Michigan D-line and O-line are a beast. That's how they beat Alabama. I don't know if Washington can hold up against them. You know what I'm saying? That Michigan ain't Texas, even though they beat Texas, but it's just a different
What I
beast.
have on the money is
Yeah, different beast.
I have 63% of the bets are on Washington, and 57% of the money is on Washington currently. And we still got a couple hours left,
Then
so
that's
that number's
about
going to
correct
change.
because it's on the underdog, the plus points.
Yeah, so it's there. Listen,
That's what it should be.
open at 4.5, it stayed at 4.5. You know, I don't know. Listen.
It says it's
The
with
best you
5.5
can get
from
out
here.
there is you can get Washington plus 5.5, and the best you got out there is Michigan 4.5. So it hasn't left. So I feel like, listen, I told you guys the books weren't going to continue to lose. This is when they start the year off right, and I'm going to go ahead and continue to say that the Michigan Wolverines will be the champions, and that the Pac-10, whatever, they fucking, I mean. Oregon State, these teams always go into these big, huge games, and then they never pour gas. It's another level. Those offensive linemen for Michigan, I was looking at the offensive linemen for like Alabama and Michigan.
That's what I was looking at when they played.
Man,
and I was
those-
surprised Michigan had some big boys,
Man,
Alabama size out there.
Huge.
And that's how they were able to control the line of
Huge.
scrimmage because they matched up size-wise. That's how Alabama kills everyone because they don't match up size-wise.
No disrespect.
But
to
Michigan did.
no disrespect to the offensive lineman for what's the name. And I know, Cam there was talking about the boy from Michigan giving shout outs for niggas in prison and shit.
Oh, shit.
I said that type of shit ain't got nothing to do with that money on the wood in Vegas.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? Because them
Hell
niggas
no.
like that type of shit. They're like, yeah, he's shouting out the big homie in prison. Free Lil Durham.
Free
You know
the
what I'm
homie.
saying? Yeah, so they
Go
like
blue.
that type of shit.
Yeah, free
you know
the
what I'm
homie.
saying? But I'm telling you now, these Michigan, big game because they're talking about Harbaugh, whatever the fuck,
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh.
They're talking about him winning this and coming to coach for all Las Vegas Raiders, but we want Antonio Pierce, so we don't. Hey,
And I
whatever
don't
he
think,
do.
I definitely don't think, I don't think he's coming. Pause. I think he's gonna stay in Michigan, and I think he enjoys coaching young men.
Well, no. He said win or lose, he's done.
Oh, did he?
Win or lose, he's done.
No, he want to come with his brother to the
Yeah, he said-
NFL.
He said win or lose, he's finished.
He want to come with his brother to the NFL.
You know what? Now that I think about that, I apologize. That's my fault. You know why he wants to do that?
Why?
They've been fucking with him all
Yes.
year.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've been fucking with him all
that's
year.
what did it.
They've been fucking with him all
The
year.
suspensions and shit.
Don't be surprised if he is the next Raider coach. And that'll be fucked up. And if you're a Raider fan, then what you should do as a Raider fan is, if you want Antonio Pierce, they should all go out to the stadium.
Well, listen, Atlanta just fired their coach yesterday, so listen, they need a coach too.
Listen, all I can say is Antonio Pierce is bleeding black and silver right now.
Yeah.
And if they don't hire that man as the coach, man,
They just need a quarterback.
how could you support that?
They need a quarterback.
They wouldn't have played for him today. They wouldn't have played for him
Their
today.
defense is good. They need a quarterback.
Since he took over, they fucked you out of a steak dinner because he made a bet with you they wouldn't win over 2 games.
They beat the fucking Chiefs.
And they won 3. And they beat the fucking Chiefs. And they beat the Green Bay Packers or someone else good.
Offense.
Yeah.
Their defense has been winning.
Get him a quarterback.
However, a win is a win.
Listen, bottom line is Jim Harbaugh. I'm going Cam.
Joe Flacco, the new quarterback for the Raiders next year. How would that be?
That would be fucking great. That would be great. But all I'm telling you is, well, yeah, it'd be crazy because Baltimore. I mean, the Browns can't keep him after they just signed the massage guy.
Correct.
Can't keep him.
So listen, Raiders might sign him,
Listen,
but he's cheap though.
I think
man.
there's
That guy
someone
is
out
cheap.
there. I think there's someone out there better for us, a younger
Really?
quarterback. He's too old.
We
don't
had a
need
young
him.
quarterback. He didn't do shit. Garofalo.
He's not that young, but I don't know. Maybe it was the offense for him. Maybe they didn't put him in the right
The offense was just terrible.
offensive formations and shit, play calls and shit.
all I can tell y'all is that I'm telling you, Michigan wins this game tomorrow, and
Oh yeah.
By 4.5,
yes, I think that 4.5.
which is
I think
basically
that's
basically a touchdown.
I think this could be a 38-17 win in this game. 38-17, 31-17. It's going to be something to that effect. And what's the total on that game?
56, 58. Is it?
58? Oh yeah, but
What's
they're
it?
saying that because Washington jumps out there, but I don't think they get that with Michigan. I think Michigan's prepared for all of those deep passes, and I don't think this young man is going to be dropping them right in the basket like he did on plays like this. That ain't happening on Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Where are they playing it? They're playing in Houston.
Houston, yep.
How far is Houston from Michigan?
I don't know.
Fucking 2-hour flight? Hour flight?
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is a long way from home from Washington. And it's in the
Damn,
dome,
so
right?
is.
Where's it? In the dome?
Yeah, they're playing in the Dome in Houston, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Michigan got those bright lights. Every weekend they got those bright, intense lights.
Well, they got the biggest. They got one of, if not the biggest, one of the biggest
Capacity.
sports stadiums for holding.
Yeah, the capacity.
Yeah, over 100,000 every game. So that's one thing about a Michigan player. They used to that shit.
Yeah, it's nothing for them. That's what I'm saying. Those lights. Floyd Mayweather talked about how those lights come in, and man, those fighters see those lights, and that shit is bright as a motherfucker. It's the national championship. And I'm not saying Washington ain't got a good team. I'm not going to disrespect them because they went undefeated this year too, and they beat Oregon twice, which was, I'm not going to say not a hard thing to do. It's not like Oregon was great like that. But Michigan went through some, man, listen. Michigan went through Alabama, Ohio State.
Yeah.
You had some real formidable foes.
Penn State had
Penn
the number
State.
1 defense in the country.
Yeah, for some formidable foes. This is light work. This is going to the playground tomorrow. Cam, I'm coming to get my money, baby. I'm getting my bread, baby. But see, it's fucked up because Cam don't never bet. And I done bet for him and made him some couple of bets, but he ain't never made his own bet. And I feel bad because if he loses, he really ain't going to ever fucking bet again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And if he win, he gonna rip your money up. Tell him, Cam, you win, you gonna rip your money
rip
up.
that $1,000 up, motherfucker. Give that shit to charity or something. Don't rip that shit up. Y'all good for that shit. You and Tito go take my money. That's $1,000. How much did they rip up with Gilly? Them? It was a couple hundred, huh?
It was a couple hundred. It was a
Yeah.
couple hundred they got off Gilly.
A G-ball though.
Oh, they got it off Wallow. Wallow paid.
Yeah, G-ball though. But them niggas will do it. They'll do that shit. But I ain't ripping they shit up. Maybe I should rip they shit up.
Man.
I need that $1,000. I need that $1,000.
Rip it up and then cut the film and go back and get the money.
You know what I'm saying? No. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some prop money. Put my prop
Some
money
prop
in my
money, yeah.
Put my prop money in my
Rip up the prop money.
I'm gonna rip up the prop money. I'm gonna switch the money. I'll be like, yeah, nigga, whatever, huh? Yeah, pick that shit up, nigga. I'm out of here. You feel me? Them niggas be mad as a motherfucker.
Yeah,
They'll laugh.
Washington. It's gonna be a hard, long day up in Houston, Texas, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, great game, man. All right, man. Listen, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man. We gotta get ready for this big game today. We got a lot of plays going on Top Bet Plays. Make sure you go check out the Patreon. We had a bunch of new subscribers over this weekend, and it's not gonna stop. We're gonna kick ass in the NBA. We got the playoffs coming up. We got the NHL, and we got baseball right around the fucking corner.
And we got Ace.
Ace, what's up?
We got Ace in the hole. You ever hear that?
coming for your
we got the
record,
Ace in the hole. You ever hear that expression?
We're coming for
know.
your record.
I got the Ace in the hole, man.
All right.
Coming for your record, man.
Let's go. Let's get out of here, B. Let's go ahead and send it home.
Yeah, big game today. Tap in immediately to get on that play because we count down. It's hours away. So, national championship, let's go. Top Bet Plays is your #1 source to everything sports betting. And with that, we're going to leave you with our motto here on our show, and that's don't bet with your heart, bet with your mind, and we'll see y'all at the window.
So let me see.